Welcome back, everybody. Hello.
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 Everybody sounds so thrilled with that.
I've had like 2 hours of sleep today. Shut up.
Oh, shit. If you didn't feel like playing tonight, we could have just postponed.
No, it's fine. I'm here. I'm awake.
I'd say drink coffee, but I don't know if you do.
It's too much of a pain in the ass to make.
Oh, so it's not that you hate it, it's just that you're lazy.
Yep.
Okay, so where we last left off, after the away team had been captured, they were broken out because a giant revolution has started in the Faralarr city. So there's going to be mass chaos, and I could swear that I saw some sort of plan about leaving dumpster fire in another cell.
Woo. Viva la revolution.
Josh, did you try to say something?
Is he trying to talk right now? Josh, I'm talking. It's not happening.
Hi.
No, there you are.
Okay, so that doesn't work. How about now?
Yeah.
That works.
Okay, so I need to get a new headset that's just USB based, honestly. Anyway, sorry about that. I was like, yes, that plan had been discussed. And then when Emily was like, Viva la Revolution, I was like, but we're cats, not French.
Oh, is that what she said?
Yeah. That's what I said.
I wasn't certain what you said. It sounded like you had cotton balls in your mouth, like you just been to the dentist.
No. You're done.
Yeah, you gotta think. Josh is right. The Caitians and Faralar are cat people. So there's no battle cry for Viva la Revolution. It's just a bunch of hissing and pissing on stuff. Okay, so where we last left off, you guys had just exited the cell and are now kind of left to your own devices because all the guards seem to be preoccupied with something.
So we're still trying to pick the heavy door off of Hartley because it fell on her.
No. If we if we've left the cell though, I do want to check around, see if there's any knocked out or dead guards for a while.
No.
Bum, bum, bum.
So, where to, Commander?
Place called Hallenbeck, New Jersey.
I mean, just right now on Faralarr.
I know what you meant. I was trying to be funny. I thought everybody would get the joke. Obviously, nobody's laughing.
What? How? What? Sounds like it is. Whale biologist.
Wait, what?
Futurama reference.
No, I recognize the quote, but well, the whale biologist thing I recognized. I didn't hear the whole quote.
Instead of tell it like it is, I'm a whale biologist.
Oh, okay. So, what are you guys doing? You guys are free.
Just had a random flash in my head, and I won't bring up the movie reference anyway. So first order of business is, we're not going to get involved in doing any of the fighting because that would be breaking Starfleet protocol. What we are going to do, find our weapons and our comm badges, and we're going to try to put an end to all this bullshit. Or at least that's what she's going to try to do. So let's make our way up to the
The ministry chamber.
ministry chambers and find our stuff.
So I love it. We're not going to get involved in any of the fighting, but as soon as we get our weapons, we're going to dictate how this fight's going to go.
Technically, we are allowed to defend ourselves.
Yes, you're allowed to defend yourselves, which is a far, far away thing from we're going to sort shit out.
You know, it could be the implication could also be made that I was talking about finding a way to broach peace between the two factions, the ministry and everybody else who hates them, which is the whole planet.
And it's not the whole planet. It's the outer lying enclaves.
Okay, 3/4 of the planet.
All right. So you get up to the ministry chamber. The door is locked.
What kind of lock it?
It's a manual lock. Remember, they're just slightly ahead of humanity when they first discovered warp drive.
Is it possible for me to force it open? You know, like strong arm the door type of thing?
You know, if you want to try, uh, I need you to roll a fitness and security, and I'm going and You need to have 3 successes.
Can I help?
No, because you don't have the appropriate talent to do that.
Oh, okay.
Do I get a focus?
No, it's just brute strength.
I'm only gonna wait a minute. I have to have 3 successes.
Yes.
How's that possible if I only have 2 dice?
Well, you just got it anyway.
You just got 4.
Oh shit!
You could also use Momentum to buy an extra dice and make it possible, but no, the dice just decided to go in your favor this time.
Okay, so it takes a few strikes, but you manage to break open the door, thoroughly ruining the lovely wood finish that was on the ministry's door. How dare you, sir?
Oh shit.
How very dare I? All right, slowly opening the door and sneaking a peek in. Do I see any guards?
Well, there's no slowly opening the doors because the whole thing the lock breaks out of the wood and the doors go flying open. They go flying open.
Oh, so it's kind of like snap, splinter type of thing.
Yes.
Oops. So I'm just kind of like holding the door handle in my hand right now.
Inside the chamber, you see that there are 3 ministers and 2 guards.
Okay. Uh, since I still have the lock in my hand, I'm assuming I go to throw the lock at one of the guards.
Okay. Um, I guess that would technically count as a distance attack. So go ahead and roll control and security. Fucking hell, Frank. Fucking Annie Oakley number 2. Shit.
I have passed on my power.
The minute revolution breaks out, Frank becomes a badass. This is Moral's natural element, apparently.
I know. All of a sudden, she fucking became Neo. Um. Okay, so I need you to roll. I need to factor in what damage would be. for a lopped doorknob.
8 points of stress. Non-lethal.
What's it made out of?
Oh, it's metal.
There's so much nickel everywhere. It's probably nickel.
Go ahead and roll me 5d6. If you want to, you can go ahead and use your Klingon dagger skill. It's not the same thing, but it's the same amount of dice. Okay, so you chuck it at him, and he's raising his weapon, and you nail him right between the eyes. And he goes down. He's not out. He just got hit in the fucking face with a metal doorknob.
I bet he didn't see that coming when he woke
Obviously
up.
not. Okay, so I guess it's their turn. I really wasn't planning on doing a lot of combat, so that's why there's only 2 guards.
So, can we like charge the other guy while the other one's down on the ground? Like, I just got hit with a fucking doorknob. What just happened?
Actually, with these, with combat, the turns exchange from one side to the other. So now it will be the guard's turn to go. And then somebody else gets to go on your side. And I know there's like a momentum spend you can do. I think it's 3, and you can keep the combat on your side for an additional turn. Nope, he misses. You can hear bullets whiz by your head as they strike the wall behind you. Who would like to go next?
I will.
Okay, hooray, dumpster fire.
I charged the one that the captain didn't hit in the head with the thing. With the
So what are you going to do when you get there?
I'm going to beat him. Hand-to-hand combat.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a fitness and security. Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Yay.
Okay, so you dealt 5 points damage to him. He's down. He apparently has a glass jaw.
Yes. No, I'm just glad I'm not rolling 0.
Okay, at this point, the ministers are cowering. So who would like to go next?
Alright, well,
What's that?
go ahead.
Oh, so both guys are down, as in, or just down as in knocked over.
The two guards were one's knocked out, and the other one is just still. His head is ringing from the doorknob.
Sure, Chase going to slide in and roll the guy over and throw him in a compliance hold.
You're gonna throw the one that isn't knocked unconscious?
That isn't knocked unconscious into a compliance hold. Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a fitness and security roll. I'm gonna say you're gonna need 2 successes for this, but well, it's just a standard attack, so.
Yay!
Okay, so he is now restrained. Nar, did you want to do anything?
I don't think I need to at this point.
Are you sure? I mean, there's a rifle on the floor. You could just easily kill them all.
I'm a doctor.
A Cardassian doctor.
Shush you. I take my vows very seriously.
There's no Hippocratic oath in the Cardassian military.
Sure there is. It just doesn't apply to Bajorans.
I think we should extend this. There's a Hippocratic oath on Cardassia. It just doesn't extend to non-Cardassian.
I was not expecting that, Emily. God damn it. Okay.
We're gonna amend Dr. Nar's checkup anytime we get a new crew member. Tooth extractions are mandatory.
God. Okay. So you successfully have 5 captives.
So now we march in. I walk in. I walk up to the ministers and ask them, where are our weapons and comm badges?
Your comm badges were taken and melted down.
What?
Where's our stuff? Tell me now, or I will use one of you to go find it.
While I'm thinking of a response from the ministers, uh, Josh, the guard that you're holding is essentially just screaming, "Let me go, heretic!"
No, not yet.
If it helps you, Captain, I am familiar enough with their physiology that I'm certain I could put them back together if you need to extract information.
Oh no, I'm not going to sink to their level, but they're pushing very close to it. If you would be so kind as to see to the wounded here, these guards,
So I was
where
attempting
us heretics are better than these fools.
Was simply attempting to frighten them. But yeah, sure. I'm perfectly happy to do my job.
Then she turns to the minister and she goes, "You saw what I did to your door. My doctor is willing to put you back together. Think of what I can do to you. You're a lot flimsier than a freaking wooden door. Now, where is our stuff?"
Um, at this point, one of the other ministers is sheepishly, trying to respond, and he goes, uh, "One of the weapons was taken to our research facility to be reverse engineered. As far as I'm aware, the others are down in the armory."
Take me to the armory now.
He nods, and he'll lead you.
Jay, stay here with the prisoners. Make sure you tie them up, and the ministers as well. I wouldn't want them running away and getting themselves injured.
Aye, Captain.
At this point, Pocket looks at you, Che, as Moral and the minister head out, and she just goes, "Are there a lot of species like her?"
Oh, no. Morale is one of a kind.
Is out of characters. Is Che the only one staying behind?
Both both Malek and Pomet are staying behind.
Does this guard?
I look over as we're leaving. Do either one of them have a weapon?
Pocket grabbed one of the guards' rifles.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the other one as I'm leaving with the captain. Then,
As far as I know, I'm seeing to the prisoners medically.
Go ahead and give me. Oh well. I guess it would be reason and medicine because you don't have a tricorder to kind of doctor stuff up.
Nope.
And I think you have a focus.
Uh-huh.
Yes, you do. I was about to tell you I was going to raise your difficulty, but one of your talents saves you
Guild
from that.
medicine. Yep.
Okay, from what you can tell, the one that got hit by the doorknob just has a minor concussion. It's mostly just shock from being, beamed in the head with a doorknob.
Right. Okay. So he'll need to be kept awake, but otherwise he's fine.
As far as the other one, there's nothing wrong with him other than having a glass jaw.
Very well. This guy's just pathetic. That's all.
Classy, doctor.
Do the guards carry manacles or cuffs of any kind?
Yes.
Okay, slap those on the guards.
Okay. So, with Minister,
Yeah.
you're heading back down towards the cell that you were in. And he seems to be trying to be diplomatic. He's like, I am sorry that you have become embroiled in this.
You're sorry. You do realize that by letting us beam down, you've declared yourselves heretics as well.
We weren't aware of what you were bringing down.
As far as I was aware, your pilot has informed the ministry of exactly what he found. Hence why he was in the cell when we were brought down here and charged with being a heretic. And his co-pilot was shot.
That, he says, was not his doing.
May not have been your doing, but you're part of the ministry. By proxy, you're just as guilty. But once we arrived and you saw my lieutenant for who he was and what he was, and you let him out amongst your people, you just as much admitted that you are not the only cat species. Therefore, the ministry had admitted that they are heretics as well, because they flaunted the evidence. You could have just denied us access to your planet. Would have solved the whole thing. None of this would have happened.
Tell me, Commander, if I am guilty by proxy, are you responsible for every action that your Starfleet does?
It's something that could be argued, but it'd be a very hard argument. Yours is a small community, a small planet. We're talking one planet, one species. The ministry, from what I've gathered, rules this planet with an iron fist. Nothing exists outside of your doctrine.
The Ministry is led by majority.
And how many of the majority believe that they're the only cat species? How many of the majority voted to have us locked up?
Eight of the ministers voted to imprison you.
There you go.
Of 11.
Those 8 knew when they saw Che, especially the minister I met with, out of character. What was his name again?
Kosin.
Minister Kosin saw my lieutenant for what he was, and allowed us access to your city. Therefore, he acknowledged my lieutenant and let him roam amongst your people. He admitted, basically, if not verbally, to being a heretic. Would you not agree?
I am not saying that what happened was correct.
I'm not arguing correctness. I'm asking you, would you not agree that Minister Kosin admitted to being a heretic, if not verbally, but by his actions? He knew of Lieutenant Che, he knew what he was, and let him roam around your city.
That's a good argument.
But I get labeled a heretic because I know of Lieutenant Che, and I know of the homeworld's existence. That makes me a heretic. How? I know of your homeworld existence. By Lieutenant Che's people, if they decide to sit there and say that they're the only feline species, bringing your species up would basically label me as a heretic now. So I'm duly guilty now, aren't I?
I do not know what the ancestors believe.
Do you want to know what I think?
I'm sure you're going to tell me whether I say yes or no.
I think there is a record that tells everything that contradicts your doctrine, that certain ministers will not allow anybody to see, and they know about it.
That could very well be true. I can't confirm or deny that. I haven't been a member of the ministry that long. And it leads you to the armory.
Are there any guards there?
No.
All right, we go in, and I get our weapons and whatever else of ours that's there.
So you're grabbing 3 phasers and 4 tricorders.
Yep.
Okay.
And I look around. There's no Archon badges are not there.
No.
They said they melted them down.
I remember, Darby. Okay, I closed the door to the armory. What's it made out of? The same door as the cells?
Yes.
Okay, I used the phaser to kind of weld the door shut.
Okay.
So this way, somebody's going to have to blow that door open. No need to let anybody get more weapons. And all right, let's go back upstairs. And you're going to tell me how to get to the research lab.
I will try. Okay, so while they're gone, um, oh wait, Hartley was with them too, right?
No, I'm with the captain.
That's what I was saying. Yes. So okay, so you heard that entire exchange, Darby.
Yeah.
Um, I'll say maybe a couple minutes after Moral left, uh, Moral and Che, you see a figure decloak.
And what does this figure look like?
Uh, kind of an all black bodysuit. There's a helmet, and he's carrying a phaser rifle.
Does it look Starfleet issue?
Yes.
And this is up in the minister's chambers, correct? With me and
Yes.
you said me and because you said Che and Moral.
Sorry, I meant Che and Nar.
Okay.
I believe the cavalry has arrived.
The figure takes off the helmet, and it's Lomax.
Well, pleasure seeing you here.
Sorry it took me so long to get here.
So have you seen outside?
I walked through it.
How bad is it?
Whatever weapons they're using as far as incendiary devices, it is preventing transporter signals. The reason why I'm here so late is because I had to hoof it 12 kilometers.
Oof. That's right.
Where's the captain?
Obtaining our tech.
At the very least, her weapons. Most of them.
Good.
Are the other Faralarr with us, or have they
Yes,
left?
Poket and Malek are there.
Okay, you seem to know the most about what's going on here in the other sects. How bad is this fighting going to get?
The movement is quite large, and they've been stockpiling weapons for a few years. It can get very bad.
And to pretend, then to ensure a minimal loss of life, it's probably worth it that we resolve this quickly.
Lomax says, I'm here to extract you."
Are we taking a hands-off approach on this then?
It's none of our business.
True.
Well,
Prime directive and all that.
Lomax looks at you, Che, and he goes, "I don't know, Lieutenant. Is this something that we have to act on?"
It is a situation that will resolve itself one way or the other. and that seemed to be broiling whether or not our presence was here or not. We just accelerated it. Gasoline on the flames, essentially. He looks over at the two ministers that are tied up.
Yeah.
You two. Are the other ministers of your council in this building, or have they fled to safe haven?
They fled to safe haven.
Why did you two stay?
The three of us stayed because we disagreed with the rest of the ministry.
This is good. And he pulls up a chair. Do you two understand quite what this means?
The revolution or you being here?
Me being here.
It means that the homeworld wasn't destroyed.
It means that the galaxy is much smaller than you think it is. It means that there are others out there, other life, other peoples, and other species. And I know that we have been particularly rough with you. But I can assure you that as far as our approach is, we are some of the more even-handed civilization in the galaxy. He kind of gestures with his robotic hand. There are others, far more territorial, far more warlike, far more hegemonic, and far more exploitative. You need to make the others understand. The century of the knowledge, and that knowledge, is not going to save your people. It leaves them unprepared. You're a work-capable civilization. You will encounter all of these in time. And preparedness and decent first contact protocols are the only things that are going to keep you safe. Our Federation can help if you're still willing to speak with us, despite our rough handling. But if you wish to go with this on your own, that's your choice.
I think we should wait to see how this goes. There could be a new government by this time tomorrow.
The government, which at this point that you are the only people who can inform of this option. Do you understand the gravity of what I've just laid on your shoulder?
Yes.
With your permission, I'd like to inform the Cajun government of your presence and have them send out envoys. Can I trust them be treated well?
Only if the ministry falls.
I was going to say, Chad, you can't answer that. Not with all this going.
Call it optimism.
Okay, so Maral, Hartley, and the other minister get back up to the chamber. The first thing you see, Frank, is a man in a black suit turning around and aiming a phaser rifle at you.
And I aim my phaser right at him at the same time.
Stand down, both of you. Allies.
You see that the one in the one with the phaser rifle. You see it's your operations officer, Lomax. Sorry, Captain.
Took you long enough. Did you happen to bring extra comm badges?
I did not.
Pity.
We wouldn't be able to beam out of the city anyway.
Well,
No,
we're
we.
not ready.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Didn't he say something about the research facility? We'll have to go there and retrieve whatever they've taken.
We won't be able to leave just yet anyway. They still have one of our weapons.
Lomax just looks at you and goes, I see we're just throwing the Prime Directive straight out the window.
Well, when they confiscate your weapons and then they try to reverse engineer it while you're locked up, it's kind of hard to sit there and use the Prime Directive.
I didn't say I had a problem with it. I was just making a comment.
But yes, we're going to kind of temporarily suspend the Prime Directive on my authority. She hands the phasers out to everybody else. Phasers on heavy stun. You get fired upon, stun only. We're not injuring anybody.
Speaking of which, as the captain says that, I checked my rifle that I grabbed. There, it's on a stun setting, or it has the ability. I'm assuming. Okay, good. I make sure it's on stun.
She looks at the other Faralarr. Now, does anybody know where the research facility is?
Um, the the one that was with you. Wait, did I already say he didn't know where it was?
Yeah, he didn't know.
Okay, so the last minister who hasn't done any talking so far speaks, and he says that it's in the Draven Enclave.
I feel like if this were a Hollow novel, there'd be dramatic music right now.
Which is in which direction and where, and will I know where we're at?
Malek steps forward and says, "Don't worry, Captain. I can take you there."
Okay, but I cannot vouch for, I'll do everything I can to protect you, but I cannot guarantee your safety. I cannot harm your people.
At this point, Patek, raises her rifle, says, "You don't have to. I'll do it."
Okay. Let's lock these ministers and the guards in the room. Leave them here. I hope you'll understand. It's for your own safety.
They understand.
They understand.
Lomax, you run point. And since you are in the stealth suit, you know what to do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
So Lomax leads the group.
Remind me when the Sultan to get one of those suits.
Um, once you're back out into the city, it is chaos. A lot of the store kiosks that you saw have been looted or burned down altogether. And Malek leads you to a ground vehicle.
Okay. But the only thing I do along the way is probably look for something to drink because she's like thirsty as hell.
Okay. Um, so when you get into the vehicle, Malek speeds through the street. And he informs you that the Draven Enclave is uh, 30, and he lists off some strange word for range and says it'll take about 20 minutes to get there. So there is a like a co-driver seat, and then it's kind of like a personnel carrier. There's seats in the back. Who is where?
I'll take the co-driver.
Okay. So everybody else is in the back.
Hi.
Uh-huh.
Lomax looks at you, Che, and he goes, "It's crunch time. What do you think we should do?" And he's giving you a very specific look.
Che needs a moment to think. That's hard to say.
Well, when you're out on the field like this, you're gonna have to make snap decisions.
I know.
So what is your
It's
gut telling you right
difficult.
now?
My gut's telling me that these are not just another species we made first contact with. For all intents and purposes, they are my species. I saw the genetic scan. They It's close enough that we're subspecies of one another. And I must admit that compromises some of my thinking.
Well, then try to block that out.
Out of character. Che, are you out of character? Are you going for my position?
No.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Though the
At-
captain promotes me to it.
Out of character, yes.
What?
Jay tries to put it out of his mind.
Cleared your mind?
Attempting to.
Now think about it as what would you do in this situation to defend the Federation?
This place is too unstable to allow them to have our technology.
So then
It's hard.
so then you're thinking that going to this research facility is a good call.
They are already in an upheaval. They don't need the additional upheaval of having technology or a sudden technological advancement. They need to solve their ethics and government first. Then we can begin about the task of improving their society, if that's what they desire.
Now, in going to this research facility, sit down and think. How far would you go to ensure the technology is back? What would you be willing to do?
Everything but take lives.
That's an admirable goal, but just remember, sometimes that's not possible.
Die. But in this, I think we can handle. There's already confusion. The forces are stretched thin. We can manage.
I agree. So, Nar, you're sitting back there listening to this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's your reaction?
I don't know. I'm just quietly observing.
What about you, Hartley? You're there too.
I'm listening to it. I mean, well, the, listening's not the word. I'm hearing it, but I'm more focused. But I'm staying focused on what's going on around us. Later, I might sit down with Che and ask him and talk to him about what happened. But right now, she's focused on what's going on around us. Um, basically, pulling turret duty. They could have vehicles. We may not have seen them, but they could have
Okay,
vehicles.
you realize there is no turret. The vehicle you're in is. I said it was like a military carrier, but it's more like a civilian transport.
Oh no, I know what I meant by pulling turret duty. Basically, I'm not on a mounted rifle or nothing. I'm not on anything mounted. I'm just using my rifle as the turret. Basically, I'm making sure no one in a vehicle sneaks up on us. I'm pulling Overwatch.
Okay, so after about 20 minutes, you guys get into the Draven Enclave. It's not as chaotic here. There's protesters, but not riots. So you stop outside of a structure, and Molek lets you know that the research facility is somewhere in that complex.
Well, let's get in there and find it. Do we see anybody like milling around? And
Um, you do notice that there's a few security guards on patrol.
any protesters or resistance people?
Nowhere near here.
All right. I think. All right, we're gonna have to stun the. Once we get into position, I'm gonna stun the. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna try this the easy way. I'm gonna walk up to the guards, and I'm gonna be ready to draw my phaser and do like a quick draw stun at close range, pot if need be. But just gonna ask them which way to the research facility.
Ouch.
Oh, okay. So as you're walking up to the guards, both of them turn, and as they're raising their weapon, they're both shot.
Goddamn.
Wait, the guards were shot?
Yes.
Who fired?
Where's the operations officer?
Well, that's a very good question because as soon as he got out of the vehicle, he cloaked again.
Yep.
They're only stunned. They're not dead. So, so you are all free to try to bust through the door to get into the complex.
What kind of door is it?
Same one as the ministry door, except it's less fancy.
You know, why not? I'll sit there and try to bust open the lock. Is it locked?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll try to strong arm it again. Why not?
Okay, go ahead and roll fitness and security. No.
My rage is lessened.
Can I kick it open?
You can roll your fitness and security. Okay, so it's also not as durable as the other door. So it opens, not with as much force as what you put into it, Frank, but it still opens. What is everybody doing?
Well, put my phaser out and we'll walk into the facility.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm doing the same.
Guess we're going in, so I'm going in too.
And the first thing I'm going to look for is there a map or anything like that around, like on the wall or like a stand up type thing that says, you are here. Follow the yellow brick road to get to this location.
There is not a map of the complex.
Any signage or anything like that?
Yes, there is signage.
Okay. Looking at the signs, what am I looking at?
There are 6 research facilities. One of them you can rule out because it's the engine testing facility.
Okay.
As you are going through, You can clearly tell that this complex is where they build their ships because you can see Malek's vessel docked. Okay, figure out what you guys are gonna do. I need to change out of my shirt.
I'm going to read the sign in science, figure out which one's the weapons left.
What?
I read the sign and it's sciences, and I figure out which way is science lab or weapons lab.
I say we use Hartley as a meat shield, throw him in front of the first, use it, and throw him in front of the first people that would shoot at us. Sorry, her.
Need chill. Need chill. Need chill.
Maybe Lomax can accidentally shoot her in the back. I don't know. That's me to suggest that. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm back. So what was discussed?
We're reading the signs to figure out which one would be most likely as the weapons research.
Is there any such indication on the signs of which one would be the weapons research?
There are two weapons research labs.
Are they anywhere near one another?
Yes, they're both right next to each other.
All right. Well, that makes our job easy.
Um, so, oh, go ahead.
How far is it?
300 yards.
All right. Well, stay on guard in case of guards.
Okay, as you approach the first uh, weapons research facility, go ahead and give me. Everyone can do this, just so you know. Whoever wants to roll can give me an insight and medicine roll.
Oh, not my cup of tea, but you said everyone can do this?
Yes.
Oh, there's my first crit fail.
So, Darby, since you have a complication, I will offer you the chance. You can either succeed at a cost. Well, no matter what, I think you can. You're there's a complication, but I can't remember exactly what it was that changes it. But it doesn't matter. Um, so each of you, as you peer in, uh, you realize that this weapons research facility is a cold storage, or you can obviously clearly see it's cold inside. And from what each of you can gather, it looks like they were just beginning to research chemical weapons.
That is not a good thing.
Well, I got 2 successes, so what did I glean off of that?
Um, as you look around, it looks as if they are beyond researching it. It looks like they've constructed one.
Great. Bad juju.
Why would they need chemical weapons?
You don't know that they're chemical weapons. You failed.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
he got he got a success. There's just a complication, and the complication is
Yeah.
Hartley is the last person to look in through the window, and she misjudges the glass and smacks her head, notifying the guards inside the freezer that you're there.
Oh.
Great job, Hartley. Great job.
Not really misjudge. I was walking too close to the door and I turned my head to look in and bumped my head.
Misjudged. Refer to earlier statement that I apologized for. All in favor?
Hi. Question. Sure.
Guards have been alerted. We quickly move on to the next lab. It'll be a moment for the guards to get
No. No.
Okay, so um, How fast are you going to the next facility? Wait, what do you mean? For those that are potentially watching this in the future, uh, Darby's new character avatar should be Jar Jar Binks.
Oh my.
No. No, I refuse.
Where is it?
How far are we from the next?
Uh, Probably about another 100 yards.
I'm gonna move at a real decent pace.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, Give me a second. Who's in the rear of the group?
Harley.
No, wouldn't I be taking point, or would that be the? No, I would take rear because my dumbass alerted the guards, so I would be covering our rear, just in case they decide to follow up behind us.
Yes, that's what I just said. You're in the rear.
Okay, so there are 3 guards behind you, and they are terrible shots. They were stormtroopers.
Sucks to be them.
I say behind us, and then I shoot back.
Roll control and security. Also, for future reference, melee combat, I just remembered, is daring and security.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I burn a momentum, use my cat-like reflexes, and go before Darby to deliberately take away all of
To deliberately take away all of what?
his glory. I'm kidding, of course. I wouldn't waste it on that.
I was about to say, is Che about to Yoda this bitch up?
That's not how cat-like reflexes work. I just take one minor action before everyone else.
Oh, okay.
Oh, looks like I'm. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
I only got one success, but no complication.
that's right. So you just missed.
Yeah. And I didn't blow up the gun in my hand.
Harley was in the
Not yet.
Harley was in the Stormtrooper Academy class just before these guys.
Real quick, none of us should have stress, right? Okay, just asking.
Okay, Hartley. One of the guards has struck you in the arm with one of his bullets.
Projectile weapons. How many stress do I take?
3.
Since I'm using the rifle, is that going to affect me? Um,
Um, Give me a fitness and command roll. Let's see if you can keep hold of it. Nope, you dropped it.
Nope.
Okay, so Frank.
Yeah.
As you are running towards this building, you hear one of the shots hit something like meat, and then you hear the clattering of what you can only imagine is a phaser rifle.
I turn and look.
Hartley was shot in the arm and dropped her phaser rifle. Emily, what are you doing? You gonna take any shots, Annie?
Sure, yeah. Shoot the shooting thing.
The pew pew gun?
The pew pew gun. What was that again?
That is control and security.
Right.
And since it's Emily, we already know with 2 dice she's gonna get 23 successes.
With what? How many dice? What?
2.
Right. Yes, 23. 2.
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage for your phaser. Ouch. Go ahead and re-roll that, because I can't see them getting hit and not taking any damage. That's better. So you hit the one that shot Hartley. So, curse you for saving her.
Thank you.
You act as if
I'm
you're
the
like
doctor.
I was about to say you act as if you're the doctor or something.
Yeah, I know, right? Weird, huh?
Um he's still chasing. He does look though that he is struggling to keep his rifle up. Jay, what are you going to do?
She also whips around with cat-like grace and takes a shot.
Wait, you're gonna do cat like Grace and do what?
No, Che just whips around and takes a shot.
Okay, go ahead and give me a. You miss.
Yep. Probably because of the whole like torso.
Oh no. Emily, you were just shot. Now,
You know,
you can spend a point of determination to keep going as if you weren't injured, or you immediately drop to the ground because you're injured.
well, what is the point of having determination if I'm not going to use it?
Okay, so I'm gonna say that they you could tell they were trying to aim for your weapon arm, but they hit your other arm instead.
Okay.
But you're fairly certain that your arm is broken
Sure.
because the bullet hit straight onto the bone.
That is unfortunate.
Um, Frank,
Yeah.
did you want to try and take a pot shot at the guards? Frank,
Yeah.
do you want to take a pot shot at the guards?
I thought that's what Nora was doing.
That's what everybody is doing because Hartley and Nar have been shot.
They hit Nar?
Yes, they did.
Oh, those assholes. I'm gonna take a shot at those guards now.
This is just a flesh wound.
Oh,
Well, for the great Saskia Annie Oakley Nar, yes. We might have to amputate.
hang on. Just because of her last comment, it's Saskia Annie Oakley, the Black Knight, Nar.
Nice.
We might have to amputate Hartley's arm, though.
So go ahead and roll me control and security.
She's got no arms, no legs, and she's still shooting the face of her teeth.
I don't know why you rolled damage. You didn't get 2 successes.
Felt like it.
Okay, so you you miss, but you guys are now about up to the other facility. Are you gonna try and bust through the door to get in?
Door type?
Same doors. You're getting a very strong idea that this complex never anticipated to be invaded, So their security isn't like metal doors.
The door is locked, though.
Yes, it is locked.
I might kick it open.
Fitness. I'm sorry, daring and security. If you'd like to, you can spend momentum because it's going to be 3.
Kick
Sure,
that door's
I'll,
ass.
I'll spend 1 momentum.
So, bam! You just kicked the hell out of that door.
Her rage is back.
Um, so once inside, you see several scientists. They are scared to death.
Not to mention, I think some of the door kind of splintered off and hit somebody or something.
So, what are you doing?
Looking at the scared scientist, I ask him, where's the weapon you guys are reverse engineering?
They point over to a table.
I go over to the table. How many pieces is it in?
Oh, they've broken down to each component.
Where's all the data?
Um, they they tell you that there isn't data. They spent the entire day taking it apart. They were just going to start researching it.
She looks around for the power core for the phaser. Does she see it?
Yes.
Picks that up, puts it in her pocket. The rest of the stuff she just piles together, sets her phaser to max setting, and obliterates the components.
Okay. You also take out the table and part of the wall behind it.
That's fine.
Yeah, fuck shit up.
Um, so as soon as you've done that, the 3 guards have now come to the door.
Real quick, Jimmy,
Yep.
can I do a little bit of character, little development here?
What?
With her time in the psychiatrist, can I see if she maintains that adrenaline high if she gives into it? Because she's been limiting herself in the holodeck. She hasn't had the adrenaline high in a while. I want to see if it takes over.
Give me a second to think about that.
You have the Jeopardy allotment amount of time to think. Da, na, 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 na.
If you like, Darby, I'll let you spend a determination to do it.
To see if I don't give in.
No, to just get the outcome that you're expecting.
You know what? I'll do it. For character development, I will do it.
Okay, so what are you doing?
Well, now with the determination, did she give in, or did she to the adrenaline high, or is she still maintaining a bit of her focus on fighting against it? Because I'm saying it now because she did get shot, so there's that danger, and that adrenaline would have been starting to take over. So that's why I was going to see if I could roll to resist the adrenaline high, or see if I could. But you know what? I'm gonna spend the determine.
I don't. You cut out, Darby.
Oh, sorry. Um. Oh, okay, never mind. It's the headphone thing. It came loose. So I'm gonna say she's barely maintaining
Okay.
because she's remembering the psychiatrist's words. She's barely maintaining, but she's on the edge. If she gets shot again though, I'm gonna say she loses and she lives and stays conscious. I'm gonna say she loses her ability to control the adrenaline high and just starts going after them. Using her initial values, risk always yields the best result.
So what are you
Um,
gonna do?
well, with the guards there, since I'm barely maintaining, I'm going to take my rifle instead of charging in at them. I'm going to um, I'm assuming everyone sees the guards at the door.
Yes.
So I'm going to I'm assuming they're taking cover as well. I'm going to fire at them
Go ahead and
on
roll
stun.
control and security. Roll your damage.
Yes, I hit some.
Okay, so you've incapacitated one of the guards.
I did something useful.
Um, who wants to go next?
I will.
Emily goes next.
Okay.
Revenge! In other words, shoesting. How many guards are there again?
You're rolling 2.
Okay, is that fucker who shot me there?
Yes.
I give him the evil eyes. I shoot at him.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Ah, piss.
And you miss.
Too much evil eye, not enough aiming.
Josh, it's your turn.
Yeah, Jay also does not.
Okay, Che misses. Frank. It's your turn.
And we still have the guards to kill. I mean, subdue.
2. You have
Not
2
kill.
of the 3 guards to subdue.
Okay. Can't use my phaser since it's still set on kill, destroy, and all that type of good stuff.
You can use a minor action to change the setting.
That's what I was gonna do. Is gonna take a small minor action, change the setting to stun, and if I go for a wide beam, can I hit both the guards without hitting anybody else?
You need to roll the little combat symbol when you're rolling for damage. So first go ahead and roll for your attack.
Control and security, right?
Go ahead and roll damage. Okay, well, unfortunately, you dealt 1 point of stress, but you were able to hit them both.
Okay.
Okay, one of the guards is down. So, I have the guard attack. Okay, so Frank,
Yeah.
you've been hit with a bullet.
Where?
Um, you know what? Just because they've had such a great track record so far, your arm. So I think Hartley goes next.
Who's closest to me?
There's only one guard left standing.
Okay. No, I was talking about since they just shot the captain in the arm. I'm talking about who in it's Che or
Just
it's the
shoot the guard.
okay.
And you miss. Uh, I guess that would leave Emily.
Yes.
It is
Time for
your
shooting
go.
again?
Yep, it's time to pew pew.
Oh, this time I'm also going to miss dramatically. Or not.
There's Annie Oakley. Roll for
Just enough
damage.
glaring and aiming this time, I guess.
You know what? I think just because I see Nar being petty enough, you shoot him in the arm.
Nice.
Josh,
Yes.
it would be your go.
All right. She's also gonna try for a wide beam shot. Let's see if I get the stuff to do that.
Okay.
No. And the universe looks upon Che and says, "You had your."
You know what? I'm gonna do the same thing I did to Darby. The phaser explodes, burning your
Luckily,
hands.
I have a positronic hand.
Um, Frank,
How far away am I from the guard?
I'll probably say about 25 feet.
And there's what, some tables blocking?
Yes, you're all behind cover.
Is there any like large objects I can pick up and throw at him?
What is with you and nailing guards between the eyes?
It's fun.
Um, there's like what is best described as a clipboard on the table. It's made of metal.
Is it heavy?
Yeah, it's made of metal.
And that's the largest object around?
Yes.
Jesus, that lab sucks. She picks it up and throws it at him.
Roll me daring and security. Okay. Go ahead and roll me an unarmed strike damage. There, I added it to your character sheet. Okay. You hit him, knocking him out, but it also ricochets off him and hits one of the chemical weapon containers, one of the glass vials.
Well, I did roll a complication.
Yes, you did.
Oopsie doopsies.
Looks like you just picked a bouquet of oopsie daisies.
Oh, really?
It's an American
Really?
Dad quote. It's an American Dad quote. I didn't make it up.
Tell me Hartley's closest and gets a big whiff of it. No, I'm just kidding.
Um, at this point, Lomax reappears and asks if everything was grabbed.
Yep,
We're good.
we're good.
Great.
Unless they lied about melting down our comm badges.
Well, they weren't detected here by sensors, so I think they were correct. Speaking of sensors, Lomax reaches up and taps his comm badge and informs the Tempest to beam everyone up.
Everyone in that lab or just the away team?
The away team.
Well, before he issues that order, I make sure that everybody gets those people that need to get out, get out.
Okay.
Because that, chemical weapon is dangerous.
Okay. So you did that, and everyone materializes back on the Tempest. What is everybody gonna do? Well, considering I think everyone except for Che was shot.
Yes, to sick bay.
So you all limp down to sickbay.
I walk.
As soon as you enter sickbay, Dathan is there.
Of course he is.
And he looks at all of you and goes, Doctor, what happened?
I think it's fairly obvious what
I
happened.
point the finger at Hartley and say, Hartley started it.
Dathan looks at you, Nar, and he goes, Are these bullet wounds?
Yes, in fact, they are.
They use chemically propelled weapons?
Yes, they do.
Doctor, would you prefer me patch you up first so you can take care of the patients, or would you prefer me to do it?
No, I'm fine. Take care of the patients first.
Understood, Doctor. And he goes about doing it.
Merle just has him take out the bullet and kind of go old school, stitch it up.
Yeah, Dathan won't do that.
Here, let's get you some Synfest and some dimectic powder. By the way, this is going to burn so loud you're going to scream that, like, yeah, you're going to scream so loud the entire deck will hear.
And that's through the soundproof bulkheads.
But she wants the scar left. She wants the scar to be there as a reminder.
Captain, as a medical officer, I am not going to do that for you. This is not a Klingon ship.
Doesn't have to be a Klingon ship. Having a scar is nothing wrong. You fix the wound is healed. There's nothing wrong with leaving a scar there. Doesn't go against any oath.
Dathan looks at you, Nar.
Hmm.
Are you going to let the captain keep her scar?
Certainly. It's for business.
Ah,
It's absolutely not necessary, but it's not going to hurt her to have one.
And it's not like she was asking to leave the bullet in there either.
Che, what are you doing? Because you're now on the Tempest. Well, everybody's on the Tempest.
I return to the bridge and I monitor the situation going down on the planet as best I can.
All right, on your way back up to the bridge, Lomax stops you in the corridor and ushers you into one of the unoccupied quarters.
Okay.
Knowing everything that you know now, Lieutenant, what would you do? Would anything change?
I wouldn't have brought along Hartley. That's a joke. You can laugh.
Well, it's not every day that I get involved in a revolution.
Honestly, whole situation from cover to cover. No, but ask me the same question in about 3 weeks.
It's not about how you feel 3 weeks from now. You have to be comfortable with making the decisions and living with them.
I'd say I'm comfortable with the decisions made right now. But we don't know the extent of our actions until later. That's history, friend.
No, we don't know we do not know the what will happen after we have done what we've done. But you cannot second guess your decision in the field.
Duly noted. But no, I don't second guess this right now. I do not second guess this.
Now, Lieutenant, you see Lomax pulls out a vial. I want you to study this.
What is?
Oh, you recognize it. It's a vial of of the chemical weapon.
He takes a deep sigh. Nothing ever good comes from civilizations with chemical weapons.
Good can come from understanding what it is and how to counteract it.
You have a point. He takes the vial.
No one
Go
knows
ahead.
about this. Understand?
Just me then.
Not even the captain.
No.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I need to go change out of this suit.
Where do I get one of those?
He'll come later.
Very well. Now I should get to the bridge.
Okay.
While the rest of the crew is still in sick bay.
Uh, after you guys are healed up, what are you doing?
I'm assuming we're going to need to write a report.
Yes, Darby. I would really love to see how Hartley's going to write her report.
Um, I go to my quarters and basically sonic shower, change of clothes, replicate a new com badge, you know, and then go up to the bridge.
Okay. So, uh, first off, Che, when you get up to the bridge and take your station, Onvern comes over to you,
Yes.
leans in closely, and he whispers, "Did you get it?"
Che nod.
Good man. And he walks away.
God damn it, Jimmy!
All right. So then Mural comes to the bridge. Onvern is sitting in the center seat, naturally. He reports that uh, everything on the Tempest is running fine. They're keeping tabs on what's going down on the planet.
She fills them in on what they found, that they have chemical weapons down there. And it looks like they're not just ready, they're working on using them or getting ready to use them, but they are ready and willing and able type to use them.
Why develop chemical weapons? Their population isn't that big.
Maybe it's to use against a future enemy or an enemy that they already know.
Are you saying that they're aware of another species? Or is this against their own people?
I'm willing to bet it's probably a bit of both. First off, their council of ministers is 11. 3 out of the 11 voted against calling us heretics. Only 8 of them did. Seems kind of fishy.
Heretics.
Yes, all because we know where Che's homeworld is. But then here's the fun part. The one minister that
Oh, you know what? Hang on. Never mind. Onivern wouldn't have asked that because they had to send down Dathan to defend Che. I forgot about that. So he would have already known. Um, he didn't know about the chemical weapons, which is rather surprising. Uh, at this point, Sovaton, the helm officer, turns to you and says, "Captain, should I set course away from the planet?"
no keep us in a just a little higher orbit. I want to continue to monitor, see how things progress, and we'll see how things go before we leave. The government might, this whole coup might just be over in a day.
Um, Nar, I assume you're still down in sick bay.
Mm-hmm.
At I'll say a little bit. I'll say after about an hour, uh, crewman Hudson comes in with a broken nose.
All right, I'll go, check him out like normal. Get things in place. Ask him what happened.
Uh, she Hudson's going off on how Lister broke her nose because she went crazy thinking that Hudson would even touch her station, like she cares about plants.
Huh. Is this level of aggression normal?
She's antisocial. And she's made threats against me before.
I see.
So you go ahead and patch her up. Um, are you going to let Che know?
I'm going to let whoever I'm supposed to let know in these kind of situations know, obviously.
Well, one would be security, and the other one would be the head of their department, which would be Che.
Okay. Yeah. Then yeah.
So Che, you receive word that Hudson has filed an official complaint about Lister.
I shall add that to the other 12 on the file. Except this one actually does state that there's like physical violence was involved.
Oh yeah, Nar's initial write up about the injury is there.
I send a small written message back. This shall be investigated and handled.
So, uh, I'm trying to think on how to transition. Um, I'm going to say that the Tempest is in orbit at least 5 days before you see the Faralarr warp ship coming up to rendezvous with you. Frank.
Yeah.
Tempest was in orbit for 5 days, and after the fifth day, uh, you the warp ship is coming up to meet you again.
Okay. Have they started? Have they hailed us?
Yes. Well, it's radio transmission, remember?
Yeah. Still, it's a hail. So anyway, open up the channel.
Captain
This
Morale, this is Malek.
It's good to see you're still alive.
Just barely. I wanted to let you know that things are calming down on Faralarr.
That's always a good thing.
May we come aboard?
Sure.
So, anybody gonna go meet him down in the transporter room?
Have we been asked to?
No, not yet. But I turn to Che and I have him scan their vessel, make sure there's no chemical weapons on board. Nothing nefarious.
All right, just what would I need to roll for that?
I think it would just be control and science.
One success.
Okay. Um, there is a small cargo hold on this warp ship, and it is packed to the brim with the chemical weapon.
Maybe you said half a gram?
No, it's absolutely full of the chemical weapon.
Does the scan reveal whether it's active or
It's in cold storage.
how many crew aboard the ship?
3.
Any one of them near the cargo hold?
No.
Okay, transport them over to transport them into and meet them in transporter room 1. Make sure if they have any weapons on them, you relieve them of their weapons prior to bringing them on board. And as soon as they're on board, let's raise shields and helm, move us away from their ship.
Sobaton goes aye, sir. So, are you just going down by yourself to the transporter room?
No, I'm gonna have Che meet me down there, and don't think I need the doctor at this point to go down there just to have a talk with him. So, just gonna have me and Che go down there right now.
Okay. So, you get down to transporter room 1. They materialize on, and you see it is Malek, Potek, and one of the ministers that you saw in the ministry chamber after you broke out of jail, although he's no longer wearing ministry robes. Hello, Captain.
Hello?
While we are still sorting through the disaster that came from the revolution, our provisional government insisted that they send, and he points to the minister, uh, a representative to speak with you about further relations with the Federation.
Okay.
And at this point, Potek steps up and says, and at this point, Captain, I would also like to request you take me with you.
To where?
Eventually, I'd like to see our homeworld.
So you would like us to transport you to Kaith?
I would. And I can be of service to you and your crew while I'm on board. I'm not going to say that I know everything about alien biology, but I'm a quick study.
Just random question. Why was your ship's cargo hold filled with the chemical weapon?
Uh, the minister speaks up and says that's easy to explain. Upon finding out that the chemical weapons were even in existence, the provisional government ordered Malek to take the warp ship and jettison the chemical weapon into our star. There's no reason for us to have that.
Okay.
Um, you know what? Just because it's a little after 11, I think I'm gonna go ahead and well, uh, leave the episode off there.
Well, let's just say they, before you cut it off, that they went to the conference room and you, you can call it at that point.
Okay. And just just to know, are you allowing Potek to stay on the ship?
For the time being, yes. I also forward this on to Starfleet so that way we could hear something back from from the admiral to make sure that they don't have any qualms about it, because they are a species that is behind everybody else in technology and everything else. So exposing them to new technology would be kind of infringing on the Prime Directive.
Prime Directive
Prime
doesn't
Directive
involve them
doesn't
at
involve
all.
them at all.
Still, she already wrote up she included it in her report of everything that's transpired and sent that off, so Starfleet is aware
Okay.
of what happened.
Um, I'm going to leave it off here. Just essentially figure that between this session and our next session, something was worked out with the Faralarr, or I'll figure what that was. And at the beginning of next session, we will deal with Lister.
I'm good with that.
All right.
Okie dokie.
Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Gracie.
Sleep tight.
So gonna play the outro music now.